Please welcome to the stage, Mike Zakarian.
What is going on? Look, our camera's a little off center today. What's going on? We need to get the doggo in there. Hope everybody's off to a fun start to the day. Happy Wednesday. I'm all thrown off this week. Honestly thought it was Friday for most of the morning, but we're back. We're back. Celtics are back. Basketball is back. We were back in the underdog streets last night. So yeah, things are good. Things are coming up, Zakarian. Hope also my wife's off to Coachella. All right. The household's cooking. Hope everybody's doing well, though. We got Sneeps in the chat. Good to see you. Boston base here, just doing some flex. We got the Common Man letting us know happy birthday to Zachary Risachet and Celtics role player. How dare you, Johnny Havlicek. Jimmy Peacock in the chat, up early, West Coast. We got Ecox. Let's go. Everybody's back. Yeah, let's quickly pop over to the dog app, because I got to tell you, I said last night, one of the worst slates of all time. I hated it, but in some ways, we kind of had a good read on some stuff yesterday. We picked an angle. I didn't max it like I typically do. Only just fired 90 in, then went out to dinner with my wife for her birthday. And then look, shout out our guy Wiz K up there. We see Roto Run, Mr. John in 5th. And then we went 7th, 9th, and 10th in this one. 7th, 9th, and 10th. We'll talk about it. We also had a 34th in there, a 72nd, a 91st, bunch in the top hundo. So that was fun. Fun to get a little extra sweet cash while I was spending it at dinner. So that was nice. But yeah, the Jazz Pelicans game's just absolute chaos. Absolute chaos. Today, we are going to talk about last night's stuff and then get you prepared for tonight's. Also, I got some breaking news. I think the 89 Cavs are making a return tomorrow. There's a chance it's happening tomorrow. I got to wait to hear back from the boys. Shout out Shorzy. But it's going to be happening in the next couple of days, I think. The Cavs are returning. So that's good news. Good news. But anyways, let's go. Let's dive in. Anything else we got to report on? I think we can just cook now. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, do all the things. Yeah, it feels like it, Boston base. All right. Also, new bagel with locks. That's up. You can see there's a link to it in the description if you need to go find that. And then let's go, man. Let's go. Also, shout out to Satoshi, right? They found Satoshi. Very exciting. Very exciting, you freaking dorks. All right, let's go. Let's start with this Celtics team right now, because I got to tell, we talked about it yesterday. I had some not concerns, just hesitations here of like, how are the Celtics going to treat this? And I was so focused on Boston not playing Charlotte in the first round that I was like, why don't we just let them win this game, move into the 6th seed, have to deal with the Knicks. However, one thing I did not take into account is if the Celtics won this game, it pushed Charlotte back down to the 9 seed. So there's a chance now they avoid them just by winning. And then maybe Charlotte will get Detroit in the first round. And I would prefer that a lot more than Boston getting them. But Celtics, and I want to credit to Charlotte too. I think this was, like, I know it was a loss. I think it did rear one of its ugly heads in the sense that, like, the inexperience thing might matter in fourth quarters of these tight games. That's what we saw last night. Charlotte on the road. They come out, they punch Boston in the mouth right away, hold them to just 20 points while dropping 31. And then we had they had a 6-point lead going into halftime. Then the Celtics outscored them by 9 in the third and then held them to just 15 points in the fourth quarter, 41 total points. Celtics just kind of reminded you like, hey, we're going to win these games. We're going to win these games. Also, happy National Empanada Day. Huge, huge. So again, like Charlotte, the glass half full of this, it's like, hey, we get a little taste of what the playoff atmosphere might feel like on the road. We get, we can show that we can compete with a team that's probably the favorites to come out of the Eastern Conference at this point. But also glass half empty. Like, are we going to be able to finish games? Are we going to be able to finish? We got Jacob Zakarian in the chat says the Hornets missed a lot of wide open shots in the second half. Yeah, they did. LaMelo and some more glass half full stuff. Look at LaMelo, man. This might be the best game he's ever played against the Celtics. 37 minutes. He goes 12 for 24 from the field, 6 for 15 from three. We got 36 points, 5 boards, 6 dimes, and just 4 turnovers. He looked good. Brandon Miller got up to 20. Con Knippel and Miles Bridges, that piece of shit, they both put in 13. And then you see Batman, Grant Williams off the bench with 9. Grant Williams, Grant leading scorer off the bench, probably not great. That's not what you're looking for. And then on the Boston side of stuff, let's do glass half full for Boston. Jaylen Brown continues his first team All NBA push. One thing I realized today when I was doing the Celtics Daily channel, which if you're not a subscriber to that, please go rate and review and subscribe. The Celtics, like that Wemby, right, with that injury and Luka with that injury, if both of those guys don't play another game this regular season, does Jaylen Brown finish third in MVP voting? Does it go SGA, Jokic, and then Jaylen Brown? Is that how that goes? JB, third place MVP. But JB, first team All NBA push continues. 35 points, 9 boards, 3 dimes. I thought what was pretty impressive from the Celtics, the gang rebounding returned here. Every player that entered the game for the Boston Celtics got at least 2 rebounds in this one, right? JB led the team with 9. You got 7 from Bucci Main, a 5 spot from Tatum, from Hauser, from Nemi. Just everybody getting involved here. Celtics now all but clinch this 2 seed. I was listening to Tatum talk after the game because the Celtics' next game is Thursday. It's tomorrow night against the Bing Bong Boys of New York. And Tatum was saying, like, returning to the scene of the crime, a little apprehensive. Last time I was in the Madison Square Garden, my Achilles was in the back court. So he's, feeling a little funky. I'm curious how Boston approaches this game against the Knicks. And if I had to guess, they run the starters out there for the first half. And then in the second half, Hugo Gonzalez starts hitting them with some tweens. Because I don't think there's any reason for them to show their cards here, right? Because it's a potential second round matchup between the 2 seed and the 3 seed of the Celtics and the Knicks. Like the Celtics, sure, technically, they need to either win one more game or have the Knicks lose one more game. And then they sure up the 2 seed. But the Celtics have the Magic and the Pelicans next. This Knicks game is the only one that kind of matters. So I have a feeling they take their foot off the gas a little bit. They play Thursday, Friday, Sunday, I believe is the rest of their schedule. So curious to see. I mean, it'll be a fun game. And then same thing with the Knicks, to their point, they're pretty much in the 4 seed because I don't think I guess the Cavs could still catch them, although Cleveland has kind of tipped their cap being like, we're not interested in the 4 seed. We're not interested in the 3 seed. So I guess technically Cleveland could catch them. But if I had to bet money, I feel like the Knicks and Celtics probably play this a little coy on Thursday. But the other thing that I wanted to talk about with the Celtics is as we look at the postseason, they do seem like they have the highest upside, right? Tatum has just the way that he has come back and played, the fact that he's still able to defend. The fact that it just rebound help, right? He's just been really, really good, man. And even last night, he played 39 minutes. JB played 43. Wow. 39 minutes, 8 for 15 from the field, 3 for 7 from 3. The efficiency's coming back. The shot selection looks nice. It's another facilitator out there. And obviously the defense and rebounding. But if you had to poke a hole in this team, well, there was 2 of them, but one of them seems to have gotten better. Derek White now is no longer taking 14 threes a game. And you're seeing not only is he is the shooting percentage better, but he's making more of them now. I think he had a 3 for 7 night a couple nights ago, 4 for 5 last night. His role makes a little bit more sense now with Tatum fully back. But man, the Nikola Vucevic thing is a thing. This is like it could be a real issue for the Celtics. Not in round one, maybe not even in round two, but I just keep going back to last year's postseason, last year's second round run against the New York Knicks. Now, part of it was because Porzingis had a mystery illness, right? POTS or whatever we're calling it. And so like Joe kept running Porzingis out there because they needed some more size. They needed some more depth. And it was clear that like Luke Cornett was a much better option than Porzingis at that point in the postseason. And I just can't help but think about that because like, yes, you have Tatum and the Celtics have messed around with this where he'll do some small ball five stuff, right? Nemias Queta has been awesome this year. Shout out the Sacramento Kings. If the Sacramento Kings ever get rid of a player, go pick them up because they're going to do better when they get there. Nimi's been awesome. But the Luka Garza backup minutes is not what you're looking for. And good Lord, Nikola Vucevic has been very, very bad for Boston. Vuc has had 2 good games so far as a Celtic, okay? One of them against the Chicago Bulls, right? It was a home game, I think. First time he was going up against the Bulls. Bulls, like, I think it was like Yabusele, right? They didn't have Jalen Smith out there, and Vuc cooked, all right? Vuc cooked. The second good game he had was against the Brooklyn Nets, and I think we even called it out in Bagel with Locks before the game. I was like, this is a game. The Celtics are going to run over this team. The Brooklyn Nets are trying to lose. They've stopped playing interior defense since Christmas. This is an opportunity to get Vuc going, and Vuc cooked. Played a couple more games after that, was pretty bad. Since he's come back, now it's only 2 games back from injury, so like, yeah, maybe we're shaking the cobwebs out, whatever. He was the only guy. He was like a minus 15 in 14 minutes the last time out. And then last night, I mean, I know he had 7 rebounds, 1 for 10 from the field, 0 for 5 from 3. And I don't think anybody's asking for Orlando Magic Nikola Vucevic or even Chicago Bulls. Like, we're not saying 24 and 10, but I think the Celtics going into, especially into round 2, round 1, it should be fine, but especially into round 2, they have to be at a point where when they go to sub, we're comfortable with the 14 to 18 minutes Vuc is going to give you. And I think if we see this for a couple more games and we see it in the first round, it might be like Luka Garza getting the nod before Vuc. And like Garza's a fun, like if you're just looking at box scores, if you're just like, hey man, I'm a box score bro. I'm a fantasy bro. I like to bet overs. Luka Garza looks fun as hell because he plays like 12 minutes and then he goes like 3 for 5 from 3 and like 6 boards, right? So you're like, why don't we play him a little bit more? Luka Garza, not really doing defense, man. Not really doing defense. Jake was saying it's like he forgot how to shoot. All the threes were wide open. No one covered him. Yeah. So part of it, like, listen, he's just come. Well, it was a finger injury, right? Had surgery. He's probably not 100% yet. Should be a little bit more patient. But that's something that I'm going to be paying attention to for these last 3 games, right? They got, again, the Knicks, the Magic, and the Pelicans, especially the Pelicans. We're going to talk about what they did last night. They're going to turn around and just give him the keys for a game. Be like, Vuc, get this shit going. See the ball go through the hoop. Take 45 shots. I don't care. We need you to know that the ball can go in. Because otherwise, again, I do think Mazzulla does not mess around. We saw this at the beginning of the year, right? Somebody made a mistake. Smell you later. You're not going to be able to play anymore. But anyways, good win for the Celtics. It's a frustrating loss for Charlotte, who I think like if you played this out, 10 times, they're the 6th seed probably 7 of those times maybe. But like that, dropping that game to Philly was tough. And then yeah, this one was winnable for Charlotte, but they just didn't have it in the second half. So, but anyway, Celtics just barely holding on to the 2 seed. Let's do Toronto, Miami, because I got to tell you, man, I was sitting here being like, if you had to pick, and again, this is like the Spider-Man meme, just 2 Florida teams pointing at each other and being like, no, you suck. No, you suck. And that's what the Heat and the Heat and the Magic have been doing. The Heat to lose by almost 30 points to this team is out of control. Like, what? 95 points. And yet again, they give up a 120 spot to a team. Like, listen, Toronto, when they are right, you look at that starting 5. IQ. I don't think IQ is back for this one, right? Was IQ back? Oh, no, IQ did come back. Okay, only played 18 minutes. They had so Toronto with like full strength. But it's not like Toronto's this offensive juggernaut, right? 121 points to the Raptors. And it was everybody. Everybody was getting them. Scotty, 25, 8, and 5. BI, 23 and 6. RJ, 16 and 8. You got 11 from Sandro. Like everybody just gave him the business. And then Miami just dead on arrival, man. You got 14 points from Norman Powell in 24 minutes off the bench. Bam. What happened? Scam Adebayo made his return. It's like a wrestler turning heel. 2 for 13 from the field. Why is Bam taking 7 threes? 1 for 7 from 3. 7 points, 9 boards. Tyler Hero, 14. Andrew Wiggins. Dude, if Andrew Wiggins is leading scorer, you're down bad. You know what they needed last night? They didn't need Andrew Wiggins. They didn't need Bam Adebayo. They needed a freaking... The Jay needed a hero, and they're dead, man. They're dead. And, like, listen, Toronto can defend. They can get long and wide. Pause. But Toronto can defend. But, man, like, this was essentially a playoff game, right? Both of these teams could have finished anywhere between, like, the 5 and the 10 seed. And then I know they're on the road. I know they're in the sneaky nightlife of Toronto. Maybe Drake's presence made them uncomfortable. I don't know. 95 points. And like, again, God, I don't understand. Really, really rough stuff for them. That was a really, really bad loss. Anybody else from that Eastern Conference side? Yeah. Okay. So let's go look at the standings now. That kind of covered the important teams. So here we go. Atlanta's playing tonight. They have a game lead right now over the Raptors. So the Raptors, who we've been dunking on here for the last couple of weeks, all of a sudden, maybe chasing down the 5 seed. Stan was saying Missoula has the same amount of 50-win seasons as Spo, who's had 13 years, by the way. Wow, that's spicy as hell. The 76ers, who they get a big game coming up tomorrow night. They're just a game back behind the Raptors there for that 6 seed. Magic, who I believe they're playing tonight in a tough one. The same thing. They're both 43 and 36. The Hornets really have now put themselves in a tough spot here. They're desperate for Philly to lose some more games, but Charlotte has 2 tough games left, I believe. Although Detroit might be punting at that point, and who knows what the Knicks are doing. They just a half game back of the Magic. And then the Heat are just kind of like the Heat technically could get to the 9 seed, but they will be in the 9-10 game faux show. So it's just hilarious. I'm so surprised at this. I don't know if I'm surprised. I don't know, but this is just chaos. 5 through 10 is just chaos right now. And it's setting up for some pretty fun outcomes. Let's go to let's do some Western Conference teams. Let's do Houston and Phoenix. So I'll be honest, I paid attention to the first 2.5 quarters of this. But last night went out to a lovely dinner, place called Soso's down in oh my God, down in Soho. Soso's in Soho, okay? Had like a wonderful cod, was really, really good, and like a little curry sauce. So good. And then I had a few old fashions. So I was trying to stay up for this game because I had a good sweat going. I had a lot of teams climbing the leaderboard, but I fell asleep. Too much sugar in those, and I just, your body shut down. But I had a great time celebrating. But anyways, I was paying attention for a little while. Phoenix comes out, man. And they were like, we are going to beat the pants off of you. They outscored them 37-21. Our boy, the prodigal son, has returned. Mark Williams was out there hooping. And then Houston holds them to 20 in the second quarter and then 21 in the fourth quarter while piling on 38 points in the fourth. KD goes for 24 and 4. Bari Smith, 13 3-point attempts is wild business. He finished 20 and 6. Goon Squad, pants kind of up Goon's time. He had 12 points, 14 boards, 6 turnovers, 6 dimes. Amen Thompson, 22, 11, and 8, and 4 stocks. You also got 12 from Reed Shep, 12 from Eason, and 12 from Holiday. Booker was great in this one. 7 for 16 from the field. He had 31 and 8. I mentioned Mark, 19 and 8. Jalen Green just didn't have it in this game. No revenge in Jalen Green's heart. So good win for Houston as they are continuing to climb up the leaderboard here and might actually sneak home court advantage in round one, because the next game we're going to talk about is the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Los Angeles Lakers, who the Thunder now move to 63-16 as they beat the pants off of the Lakers. 15 points in the third quarter is kind of crazy. I don't know if people watched this game. I saw Isaiah Hartenstein only played 10 minutes. I didn't see an injury report. I wonder if the Thunder looked around and they were like, you know what? You're good. We don't need this tonight. Common Man says Booker and Spider, same 30-point and L energy. You want to know why it's not the same, Common Man? I love this take. I respect the take. I like where your heart's at here. It's hateful, and that's why I like it. But the difference is Booker has taken a team to the finals. You know what I'm saying? Spider hasn't. What are the closest they've gotten to the conference finals, right? Did they do the conference finals once? No, I don't think so. Have they even gotten to the? No, because it was the Clippers that beat them to go to the conference finals. So, is Braun good to go for the next game? I think so. I think this was a situation where they were like, why are we going to waste our energy and minutes? Like, with no Luka and no Reeves, like this same team just beat us by 40 when we had those guys. No, don't do that. Don't do that. You're saying Chris Paul was the best player on that team? No way. But anyways, I think LeBron will go the next game. This clearly they were punting. More curious about how OKC treats tonight's game. They're on the back end of a back-to-back. But yeah, let's go back and look at the standings now, because as you can see, after we do the Houston LA thing, right? So Denver, 9 in a row now, 9-1 in their last 10. They're back in action tonight, but they have a 1-game lead over the Lakers. The Lakers now fall to the 4 seed. They have the same exact record as the Houston Rockets. However, the Rockets here, the Lakers do have the tiebreaker. So this is going to be your 4-5 matchup. I'm almost positive that's going to be their 4-5 matchup. But we don't know who's going to be the home team. The Lakers here down the stretch, last few games, what do they have here? The last few games, they have Golden State, which, like, who knows what that's going to look like. Then they have Phoenix and then the Jazz. So they're getting at least one win here. Phoenix might not have anything to play for. They technically could do it. They could win the next 3 games. I doubt we see that. I think they would drop at least one of them. Golden State, I do think is going to be trying. So maybe not. Houston, on the other hand, excuse me, their last couple of games here are, who do we got? So they have Philly tomorrow night, I believe. Yeah, Philly, Minnesota, Memphis. So that's at least one win. So as long as Houston finishes, Monty Williams, Jesus Christ. As long as he finishes with a better record than the Lakers, they will be hosting the first round playoffs. And again, it does not seem like Luka is going to be making his way back in time. I don't think. Maybe Austin Reeves, but it seems doubtful. Also, some wild comments from not wild, but the Lakers reporters were asking about like DeAndre Ayton, getting him more involved in the offensive end, and like, why is he being limited? And JJ was like, he's having a tough time catching the ball right now. When's the last time that's been feedback? Maybe it's not like, we need better energy on the defensive end. We need to crash the glass, missing a defensive assignment. That's all coach speak I've heard. Catching the ball. He's having a hard time catching the ball. That's where we're at. Down bad, dominating himself right now. But anyways, that's, I would guess it's Houston going into the 4 seed, Lakers in the 5 seed. Minnesota finally got off the schneid, got a W here. They moved to 47-32. Regular season Randall dropped 19-4. Rudy 5-12. You got 8 from Conley. Io 24-5, but 5 turnovers. So they moved to 47-32. Pacers still at 18 wins. Minnesota seems pretty much locked into the 6 seed. I mean, I guess there's a world where they win 3 in a row, but I'm pretty sure both teams in front of them hold the tiebreaker. So we're basically staring down the barrel of a Denver Minnesota first round series. But I think the real issue we come into here, and we'll know more tonight, is Minnesota is taking on the Orlando Magic, and we'll look at the spread, but it'll be a little bit alarming, I think, if you are a Timberwolves fan. Anthony Edwards missed last night's game. Now, the speculation is that he's going to play tonight, that it was just the front end of the back-to-back. They didn't want to put too much pressure on the knee, but if you were locked into the 6 seed here, don't you just want Ant-Man as healthy as possible? And is that even no McDaniels, no Ant. It's just kind of tough right now. We should shout out our boy Bones Highland, though. Bones Highland off the bench in 20 minutes had 19 points and 7 dimes. Just cooking. Pacers were without everybody. They started guys like Ethan Thompson, Kobe Brown, and Quentin Jackson. Highest scoring guy in the night was Ethan Thompson, Jalen Slauson, Micah Potter, like just random ChatGPT names. Okay, let's actually do this game because this was comedy. So last night, and this is how we won that sweet, sweet cash. So, I mentioned this on Live Before Lock, tried to tell the people, tried to get you guys aware that the New Orleans Pelicans coach, Borrego, basically was like, hey, man, we're going to lean into some of these young guys. All right. And we saw it over the weekend where DeJounte, I think, sat both games of the back-to-back. Trey Murphy sat a game, and they were playing their young guys a little bit more. And then yesterday, and I didn't think we were going to get this full experience. I didn't think we were going to get the full experience. But my two highest owned guys were Jeremiah Fears and Derek Queen. Once we already saw Trey Murphy was ruled out, I was like, let's go. Let's light it up. We saw DeJounte Murray was ruled out. When he's questionable, I was like, Murray's not going to play. Let's just hammer Jeremiah Fears now. We drafted him in the 6th round, in the 5th round, and the 4th round. We just kept going and going and going. We had 50%. Then Eves Missy gets a late day downgrade or like midday downgrade. And I was like, it's Queen time. Crown's up. It's Queen time. What I did not expect was both Zion and Sadiq Bey were ruled in, but did not play. So once that happened, it was all the young guys cooking the rest of the way, and that is kind of what got us there. So shouts to, the first guy who deserves a shout out from last night. I know he didn't take it down. I don't know where he finished, but JT McKenzie. Dude, JT McKenzie I thought I was big braining it early in the day where I was like, you know who Derek Queen night. I was hammering Derek Queen. Nobody was drafting him. And then all of a sudden, JTM got in there. Shout outs, WizK was in there. Roto Run, all were on the Queen streets. But also, I heard just between us, Underdog had some issues last night with swaps. So I don't because Zion and Sadiq Bey, and this is by the rules, because they were like ruled in but did not play. You don't get a swap until after the game's over. So you only get them for the late games. However, some stuff went over a little funky, and guess what? They were swapping to guys that already played. It was very confusing. I don't know what happened. Brown and Tatum over PRA today. They don't play today. Unless you're coming to us from the future. San Francisco 49er, what day is it where you are? Where are you right now? Are you just getting ahead of it? Are you betting Knicks Celtics today? Because if so, call the number. You know what I'm saying? Call the number. Or actually, are you in the past? Do you think they play the Hornets tonight? Because I'll tell you right now if you already won that bet or not. But I like it. I like where your head's at. Staying active. Always be betting. Actually, you know what? If there's never been a better time, there's never been a better time than to hit this.
None of this is financial advice. Do what you love what you do. Something like that, right?
You guys are out of control. But anyways, all that to say, last night, let's look at some stat lines. Jeremiah, no fears, 38 minutes, 40 points, 17 for 29. Dude, 17 for 29 and then going 1 for 7 from 3 is crazy business. He had 3 steals, 6 dimes. Queen, 17 points, 12 boards, 7 dimes, 5 stocks, 7 turnovers hurt. Jordan Hawkins off the bench, 25, 6, and 4 with 3 steals. They were great. What I did not get right, or I didn't even get it at all because I didn't mess around with it, was on the Jazz side of stuff. Man, Utah. So Ace Bailey gets ruled out. Kyle Filipowski only plays 18 minutes. Bez Mabang played all 48 minutes. He gave us the Isaiah Collier special. And then Kennedy Chandler, 43 minutes off the bench, 31 points, 8 dimes, 7 boards. This is just a tank off, baby. That's just tanking. We're tanking hard. That's what's going on over there. Crazy business. Bulls, Wizards. This is some dog shit basketball. Trey Jones only played 27 minutes at 20 and 9. Sex God, 15, 9 and 7 with 4 steals. You got Dilly Bar, Rob Dillingham, 26 and 7. Patty Will, 27 and 6. For the Wizards, let's look at this. This is just Will Riley, 31 minutes off the bench, 1 for 13 from the field. Unbelievable. Julian Reese, though, I clicked him a few times last night. He had 17, 11, 5 stocks, 4 dimes. Oh man, just send those teams out back, send them out back. Let's do Chef Curry. Kings kept this one close, 110-105. No DeRozan in this one. Maxime Redu on his birthday had 17-7. Neek Clifford 12-6. Precious Achua 13-6. But for the Warriors, the pod god gave Matty Harrison's Pajemski gave us 20. Melton 21-5-4. Chef Curry played 25 minutes. He's going to continue to play 25, 26 minutes the rest of the way. He had 17 on 4 for 11 shooting. Yeah, whatever. Warriors beat the Kings. Who cares? Both teams suck. Not real teams. And then I think we have 2 games left. Brooklyn, Minnesota, whatever. Milwaukee. Doc Rivers, after the game, said he's excited to spend more time with his grandkids next year. So it sounds like he's not going to be coaching after this season. AJ Green, nobody's good. Nobody's good in any of these teams. Nobody's good. Well, I don't know. Whatever. The Nets won. I just pulled that up to talk about Doc. And then, okay, one thing that hurt. I think I would have won this contest last night if, Jason Kidd and Ty Lue hurt me, man. Hurt me because wait, is that real? Pod God getting booed at the Giants Phillies game? I missed that. So Ty Lue stopped playing. Kawhi Leonard did not play the fourth quarter, and then Cooper Flagg didn't play the last 5 minutes, and I really could have used that. My bags could have used that, but this game was crazy because it ended up being a 13-point game, and I know the Clippers outscored them 39-26. This game started 26-4. 26-4. Yeah, I got you, Snoop. 26-4, and I was sweating Cooper Flagg, so it was pretty ugly. Cooper, man, I saw him do this move 55 times, where he was just like, I'm going to kind of overpower. I'm going to just take it to the rack. I'm going to get up in the air and try to put it off the glass. I saw him do that to Brook Lopez 45 times, and he missed them all. It was rough. 9 for 25, 25-9. Couple of dimes, whatever. Kawhi was really good. Shout out Marvin Bagley, too. 21-9 in 26 minutes. But Kawhi had 34 points on 11 for 19 shooting, 4 dimes, 4 boards, and 3 dimes and a steal. Clippers get the win, 41-38. They play some basketball tonight. Let's do a mental health check. And then we'll get into tonight's action. We'll get going and get you ready. Let's do this one.
We can't go down this road. We can't talk about how you need to have had sex in order to have responsibility. I just think it changes you, I think it changes you.
There we go. We're back. All right, Hawks and Cavs tonight. This is a pretty big game. I'm excited to watch this one. I have to host trivia tonight in Long Island City, and I'm excited to sort of host trivia, but put on the big screen this Hawks-Cavs game. I'm very excited about it. I'm very, very excited about it. We got what Gabriel's saying. Bagley's about to go back to the Wizards to play backup minutes to Alex R and AD. He will be a starter due to injuries anyways. There you go, Gabe. I'm excited about this game. So the Cavs are favored by 1.5. Now, Harden and Spida both missed the last game. Harden was more rest. Spida, wait, is my last name Persian? Armenian, brother. Armenia. Anyways, yeah, so the Hawks and there we go. Skeets knows ball. I'm excited for this game because so Cleveland right now is in the 4 seed, but they're kind of sniffing the 3 seed, but I don't know if they want the 3 seed, which I do think is disrespectful to the Detroit Pistons, right? They're just a game back from the Bing Bong Boys, who again have to play the Celtics tomorrow. And then you get the Hawks, who are only a game ahead of the Raptors. So I like the 1.5 point spread with Cleveland, with Cleveland being at home, right? Cleveland is at home, or are they on the road? Let's double check. Yeah, they're at home. I kind of think they're 50-50 on spite of playing basketball tonight. Kind of Persian then. Welcome home. Yeah, I don't know if Spida goes tonight. I don't. But hashtag hard on. Jared Allen's probably going to play 26 minutes again. I'm excited about Atlanta. Nickeil Alexander-Walker's fun, dude. I was looking at Underdog, and he was going pick 13 tonight, which is crazy. Out of the 7 games, Nickeil Alexander-Walker going 13th overall, but he's tapping into the Shai Gilgeous-Alexander side of the family. He is. He's reaching into those genes. Yeah, that's pretty fun. So Timberwolves, dude, the Magic are favored by 6.5. Do you think Jamal Mosley woke up this morning, saw that, and was like, oh, what else do I have to do? 6.5. So that makes me pretty nervous about Anthony Edwards playing tonight. He's questionable. I think even if he goes, it's 26 minutes. Because again, I'm not really sure what Minnesota has to play for. And their biggest like, I think they have the confidence to get into it. Like, they've beaten Denver before. So I don't think they're scared about playing Denver, but they do need McDaniels and Ant 100%. So I don't know. I'm going to be pretty light on Ant. I don't really want to mess with that. I think it's still IO time. But for Orlando, they're going to play their dudes heavy minutes. We saw Anthony Black come back last game. He looked good. He only played 15 minutes, but he looked good. Franz missed the last game. He should be back. But I expect Bane. I expect Suggs. Dude, that's a crazy comment. I can't even share that one. That's crazy. Suggs, Bane, and Paolo. I think that's fun. They got to win this game, man. Because, again, with the Charlotte loss, all of a sudden, like, the 6th seed is still there. Isn't that crazy? We've done nothing but slander Orlando. And maybe that energy should have been shifted towards Miami. Because Orlando is the Eastern Conference Houston Rockets. How about that? I've done nothing but be like, is this coach good? Does this team hate each other? Does Paolo also have a burner account? And yet here they are. And like the things are kind of falling their way in a little bit, but again, whatever. Bucks and Pistons. Did you see Cade Cunningham is questionable tonight? Cade Cunningham, questionable. This is good. Doubtful last game, queued up tonight. They're getting a lot of their guys back too. Tobias missed the last game, I think. Duncan Robinson, both those guys are back. Also, Beef Stew, NBA Top Shot collector Isaiah Stewart is questionable tonight. That got my dog up and moving. He said, "Somebody say beef." Somebody say beef. He's actually pissed because Kelsey had to get up and leave at like 6 this morning. And like the second he hears the suitcase, he just starts mean mugging everybody. But anyways, I think if Cade goes, like, Detroit has nothing to play for, right? And so like Jalen Duren is really expensive on Underdog today. I think that's a little overpriced. They don't have anything to play for. They're playing a Milwaukee team who also, yeah, we didn't even talk about this. I know everybody's making fun of Doc Rivers for telling people to look at his resume. Honestly, I respect that. Okay, Doc Rivers was enough. He's out. He's gone. I like that Doc told him to Google him. Google me, bro. Google me, bro. And, like, listen, we're talking about Kyle Kuzma. All right? Kyle Kuzma is never the voice of reason. Never. Never. Just because he's slowed down tweeting doesn't mean those thoughts aren't still there. All right? But anyways, no one should watch this game. Put this game on Tubi. I don't want to watch Bucks and Pistons. I don't. The Grizzlies and the Nuggets. Is this the biggest spread? Pause. Of the year? 22.5, dude. 22, more than 3 touchdowns. This is like Valencia Community College taking on the Ohio State University. 22.5. I imagine Gordon plays like 19 minutes tonight, right? I'm not going to name the Grizzlies. I'm not going to name the Grizzlies. Or we could do a fun game. Ready? All right. Which guy is not real? Which guy is not real? This is a game. Honestly, I don't know if Skeets, you're still there. I almost posed this as an idea. So I'm going to read for the Grizzlies and the Wizards, but I'm going to read off some names. You tell me which one is not real. Okay. Because these are guys that are playing basketball. We've got okay, we got Derek Whitehead. We got Thomas Williamson, Ryan Rupert. We've got Lucas Williamson. We've got Jamal Mayshak. We got Taj Gibson. Which one is not real? Which one is not real? Google Darwin Ham. Dude, shout out Darwin Ham. Yeah, it's just like they just got random dudes, man. Random dudes. And I wish I had a more thought out, made up one. It was number 3. I think it was number 3 jump shoot, Thomas Williamson. There is a Lucas Williamson. There's no Thomas Williamson. Trailblazers and Spurs. Spurs are favored by 3.5. You know what's crazy? San Antonio does not need this game, right? They're kind of locked into the 2 seed. They're not catching the Spurs. I mean, they're not catching the Thunder. Wembanyama is doubtful. Rib contusion. Sounds like he's gonna be back though. Sounds like he is gonna be back. Wait, I think Derek Whitehead is what I said second. No, Derek Whitehead is real. It's Thomas Williamson, whatever that one is. Okay. Anyways, I got distracted. Wembanyama sounds like he's going to be back. Not tonight, though. He's doubtful tonight. Stephon Castle is doubtful tonight. Both of those guys are doubtful. San Antonio is still favored by 3.5. That's kind of crazy. Isn't it? I was surprised by that. And like Portland needs this game. They want to be in that 7-8 spot, not the 9-10 spot. So I don't know. Here you go. This is financial advice. No, it's not. Portland Trailblazers money line tonight. I like it. Dylan Harper, though, you should move into the starting lineup if those guys don't go. That's fun. I don't think I'm out there playing Luke Cornett. I saw a question about that from DJP. I don't think I'm playing Luke Cornett. Not against Kling Kong and Time Lord. Drew Holiday's been hooping. Also, Tumani Kamara has been playing some pretty good basketball on the offensive side. Can I give you some Tumani numbers? I don't think I did this yesterday. Maybe I did. 23 points against the Wizards, like real points. 23-7, then 17-7, 23-4 with 3 steals, 30 points and 5 boards. Tamani thought he was just a defensive stopper. He's out there hooping now. So shout out to Monty. I like this game. I'm very excited. Both of the national television games I'm excited to watch tonight. I think that's going to be fun. And like maybe Dylan Harper showcase. Okay, Thunder. This line is moved already. I don't like it. So okay, Thunder and Clippers tonight. Both teams on a back-to-back. Okay, this was my take this morning. I don't know if we stand by it, but okay. So OKC wins this game last night against the Lakers by 1 billion. Now they didn't have to push anybody's minutes, so maybe this is all hogwash. Maybe this is hooey. I kind of like the idea. I don't think Isaiah Hartenstein's going to play. He only played 10 minutes, so I don't know if there's an injury, but I don't think he's going to play. The Clippers are also on a back-to-back. I feel like if the Thunder were healthy, we know J-Dub did not play last night. He's going to play tonight. I feel like if the Thunder were at full strength, this spread would be like 10.5, especially with both teams on back-to-backs. Maybe not, but I'm kind of leaning into a big J-Dub night. Similar, this is like the rich man's version of the Vooch thing, right? I know everybody has talked about it already, but like if the Thunder are really going to go repeat, they probably need their guy to be their guy again in Jalen Williams. And we haven't seen that yet. And I know he's still like coming back from injury, but this is a great time on a back-to-back, already secured the 1 seed. Let's give J-Dub the rock. Let him go. So maybe SGA gets a night off. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. Maybe not, though, because now all of a sudden the Jokic MVP buzz, we're getting too bored with the MVP conversation. We basically all decided who it was going to be. And then for 2 weeks, everybody was like, but if it's not going to be him, what about Wembanyama? So then Wemby, we stopped doing that. Everybody gets pissed about that because we hate France. And then now all of a sudden, like the Ringer did a piece I've heard on 2 different podcasts. They're like, maybe it's Nikola Jokic after all. And they're all great candidates. I just like, let's just give the MVP out already. But anyways, I kind of think SGA might sit. Maybe that's too big brain. Maybe Chet and High Heart. And then what if we had double Jalen night, right? Where in order to win any money, you needed J Dub and J Will. Do you get extra credit for that? You know? I think you should. Like, what if you had Amin Thompson and Asar Thompson? You get extra credit. Dylan Harper and Ron Harper. Now we're just turned into an all-star game weekend thing. Anyways, Clips, I kind of think Kawhi plays the back-to-back. Clippers do need this game too. They for the same reason that the Blazers do, right? So I know they got the win last night, but I would expect that they are close to full. If you don't think they are, I mean, leaning into Johnny Collins or a Benedict Mathurin would be fun. Also, dude, how about Jordan Miller? I like his game. I'm a Miller fan. Last game of the night, both teams on the back-to-back are our son, Mark Williams, probably doesn't play tonight. Suns are favored by 10.5. Cooper Flag. You draft Cooper Flag. All of those like Mavs missed last night. There was no Gaffy Duck. There was no PJ Washington play the drop. Najee Marshall's questionable. I don't know what Dallas is going to do. It's just Cooper and Dylan Brooks. You guys want to build some ranks, and then we'll get on out of here. I'm going to get a bacon, egg, and cheese today. That's the energy I have right now. I think I need a bacon, egg, and cheese. I need to suck up that sugar from those old fashions last night. They were delicious, though. It's like a little apricot in there, too. So whatever their thing was, good. It's good energy. All right, let's go over to the dog app. Let's build some ranks. Let's get you all ready. As always, appreciate you guys hanging out here today. If you haven't liked the stream yet, go do that. All right. Oh, yeah, dude. Great. Certified Degen. Thank you for bringing this up. This was yes. Yesterday after the show ended, the second it ended, my phone rang. And I got to tell you, this guy sent me on a roller coaster because this is what he says. Hey, Mike. Right there. You think it's over, right? So for those that don't know, let's set the table a little bit. Our 40 and over league team last Thursday night, won our semifinal game. We move on to the chip. This is the first time we've won a playoff game. We always make the playoffs. The only 4 teams of the 12 make the playoffs. We always make the playoffs, always get bounced. We have a big W. All right. The team that we beat, who we are cool with, then protests the game because we have this big guy on our team, Big Al. We didn't have any double X's. All right. So what he ended up doing was he'd always bring his shirt that was assigned to his XL. And then he'd be like, hey, can I wear gold? He's like, can I wear this other gold shirt? And just give me number 0. Every single time. And he joined our league 3 games in. Every single time, it gets allowed. Everybody's like, yeah, that's fine. After the game, they say that we just like picked up this guy off the bench or like off the streets just for the playoffs. Yet he's signed in every week for the last 6 weeks. Now, the one mistake that I made, and I'll take ownership, he technically never really signed the waiver. So they were like, is he really a part of the team then? So that's why they were going back and forth. But anyways, he calls and he goes, hey, Mike, I just got off the phone with the captains of the other team and delivered the news that they will not be playing basketball on Thursday. And I was, whoa, oh man, I had to sweat it out. So anyways, the finals is tomorrow night. It's going to be a big one. It's the 2 seed versus the 4 seed. I'm pretty fresh because as I told you guys last week, I only played like 10 minutes last game. So I'm excited. Our point guard has a pinched nerve, a little bit nervous about that. But yeah, excited. We'll have a full report on Friday. I promise to have the NBA bit no matter what on Friday. So I'm excited about that. Wait, it's the finals? The finals is Thursday. Yeah, championship. The chip is on Thursday, baby. All right? The chip is on Thursday. We're ready to go. Get the chip. 40 and over, New York City, baby. Yeah, it's gonna be good. And I think I told that story last week, so I won't tell it again. But I got roasted. That's the best I've been roasted in a long, long time. Yeah, it's tomorrow night. So we've already got some this should be a sponsored segment, by the way. BioFreeze, get in the DMs. No, it's tomorrow, Jump Shoot. We get the BioFreeze ready to go. I'm gonna be bathing in that shit, both before and after the game. Honestly, almost put it on this morning. Anyway, so yeah, that game will be tomorrow night. I'll remember. Yeah, that trash again. Yelling, keep your white boys on the bench is maybe the just the funniest thing anyone's ever yelled at me. It was funny. It was good, but we got them back. We knocked down the triple. All right, let's build some ranks. So I'm going to be light SGA this morning. I'm just going to lean into this. I think I'm going to go Jokic, JJ, Denny, and then SGA and Flag. Now, what I probably will do as the day goes on is like rotate these all around, but I want to lean into like these games that matter the most, right? And that is Atlanta and Cleveland, and that's Portland not for San Antonio, but for Portland. And you take off Castle and Wemby, Denny should be able to throw his shoulder into whoever's in front of him. So I like that. Also, I meant to share this too. You said the Blazers money line is 2.27x. Let's go. Okay, so that's going to be my first 5. I honestly like I kind of like, I know Booker in Dallas has some history, so maybe we just put Booker there. But I kind of want to be all over the place here, right? So if you don't think Mitchell's going to play, I think I throw Harden here. I also like leaning into the minutes of Paolo, so I'm fine there. I'm nervous Denver beats Memphis by 155, and like Jamal can still get like 45 points in 26 minutes, but can he get like 65 points? You know what I'm saying? So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to leave Kawhi there. And again, I'm nervous about this Duren stuff. Like, I don't know. Like, he did play 31 minutes in the last game, 32 fantasy points. I just don't think the Pistons are going to push. And maybe it's too scary to just full fade. But again, if you don't think Spite is going to play either, I think you click Mobley next if you want. We're going to go Duren, Mobley, for now. Then I'm going to have Fox over Holiday just because they're going to be thinned out. I like Randall next. And then I like a version of Klingon, Suggs, or Mitchell. So I think I'm going to go Kling Kong, Suggs, Mitchell. I like Mitchell's Q tag more than I like Anthony Edwards or Cade Cunningham. Again, I think Cade's going to be limited. I don't think Ant's going to play. And if he does play, it's only going to be like 26, 28 minutes. So I'm going to be light on both of those guys. And I honestly, again, I want to go back to the teams that have to play a lot of minutes. So Bane, Dyson, Onyeka, I think are all fine. Then we'll click Ant next and Cade just so they're in there. Although, again, I don't think I'm going to be actually clicking Cade's name. Now, this is where it gets fun, man. So you got Garland on a back-to-back. He played 28 minutes last night. He has to deal with the OKC defense. That's not super fun. You have Chet. I don't necessarily think he's going to go, even though we only played 22 minutes last night. We could go to CJ here, who's going to play heavy minutes, and I think that's going to be my next click. Jared Allen, we mentioned, is only going to play 24, 26 minutes, so I don't love that as much, but I do think you can do it. I honestly think I want to go Jared Allen. I'm sorry, CJ McCollum. I probably will go Jalen Green, Jalen Williams, then Darius Garland after that, okay? And then maybe I'll put Chet there And here's some stuff for you guys. I'm going to be like Danis Jenkins. I'm going to be I like Kamara. We'll put Kamara in there. But here's some for the 6th round. So my 2 favorite plays are Jalen Williams when he falls, and then Dylan Harper. But the other thing that we can do here, if you're playing on the underdog streets, again, this is underdog specific, is just go ahead and click Wemby and Castle. So, and the case for both of these guys are they're doubtful, right? And so they probably don't go. And if they get ruled out before the game, we get to swap to somebody else, okay? And we'll have more information then. So then if we learn that Chet Holmgren, Isaiah Hartenstein, Alex Caruso, maybe SJ, if we learn that these guys are going to sit, then now we have the opportunity to like swap to the other Jalen Williams. Or if like Kawhi sits, there's like John Collins, Benedict Mathurin. It just gives us some more options. The other thing, and I like this for Wemby more than Castle, if Wemby does decide he's good to go, we know he needs to play one more game in order to qualify for the awards because of the bullshit rules. He still has to play like, 20 or 25 minutes? And if 20 minutes of Wemby is 40 fantasy points, we could do that. We can do that in the 6th round. So I think that is the move this morning. We saw it happen with Joel Embiid last week, right? Where Embiid was doubtful. And then Troel came out to play and was like, actually, I'm going to play tonight. So I think that's the way to attack it. No, he only needs one game. Wemby just needs one more game. I know people seem to be struggling with like that because one of the NBA Cup game counted, right? One of the NBA Cup games counted. And then he only needs one more game of 20 plus minutes, one more. So for the record, I don't think he's playing tonight. I think there's no reason. So I think they'll just wait, maybe do one more tune up before the end of the year, like over the weekend. I don't think he goes tonight. I would be really surprised. But anyways, yeah, that's it. That's going to do it for us this morning. It's big. I got to take this guy. Where'd he go? This fluffernutter out for a walk. Also, look at that. Look at that. Headphones giving us some real bedhead over here. We're going to take him for a walk. And then it's bacon, egg, and cheese time. We're vibing. It's bacon, egg, and cheese, a little hot sauce. Oh, I love New York sometimes, man. Most of the time, I do. Also, go watch No Dunks next. I just realized, like Superman right there. We get some merch on. Go watch No Dunks. That's at 10. Appreciate everybody hanging out. We'll be back here tomorrow morning. As long as I feel good, sometimes on Wednesdays, on Thursdays, I get a little sleepy, but we should be back here tomorrow morning. I hope everybody has a great day. It's freaking cold outside. I don't know if it is for you guys where I am. Not looking forward to that. But anyways, enjoy the day. We'll see you guys tomorrow. We out.